Possession of small quantities of cannabis has been decriminalized in Trinidad and Tobago. The Dangerous Drugs Amendment Act No. 24 of 2019 was proclaimed by the President, bringing the new law into effect on Monday, the 23rd of December, 2019. Citizens are unsure of what this means, and these frequently asked questions and answers are designed to keep you out of jail and on the right side of the law. Prior to the 2019 Ganja Bill, in Trinidad and Tobago, cannabis was already decriminalized, insofar as any citizen could have applied for a license from the Ministry of Health to possess, cultivate, import, export cannabis. Since 2012, C420, a pro-cannabis NGO, made the public aware of the law pertaining to cannabis licensing and furnished applications to the Ministry of Health on behalf of numerous citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who are in ill health and remain desirous of availing themselves of the law. Important question. You are allowed to possess up to 30 grams of dried cannabis or its equivalent in a public place. 30 grams is approximately equivalent to the weight of 3 regular alkaline AAA batteries. Yes, you can. As permitted by the law, an adult can grow up to 4 cannabis plants. This is a maximum limit for adults. Having more than 4 cannabis plants per adult in a private dwelling or possessing a cannabis plant in public that is budding or flowering are criminal offenses. No, you can grow cannabis only for your personal use. You are also not permitted to make edibles to sell. Absolutely not. Sharing without a license can be considered distribution, leading to drug trafficking charges, which may result in a fine of 3 million Trinidad and Tobago dollars or life imprisonment for larger amounts. Inside of your apartment will be considered private. However, hallways, parking lots, stairwells, and lobbies of apartment buildings are all considered public places. Note, however, that landlords can ban the use of marijuana anywhere on their premises. Cannabis is a combination of dried flowers and leaves of the cannabis plant, whereas cannabis resin is the sticky residue on cannabis plants. Female plants are grown and harvested for their resin, which is rich in THC and therefore considered the most valuable part of the plant. So here's the technicality. To be charged with the possession of marijuana above the legal limits, the marijuana must be weighed, which becomes impossible if it is baked or cooked into an edible. Unlike other countries where possession of edibles is specified, this is not the case in Trinidad and Tobago's Dangerous Drugs Act. With regards to the person selling these items, there's a far-fetched possibility that Section 18 of the Offences Against the Person Act can be applied, but the prosecution would be required to prove that a person who sells to a willing buyer did so with the intention to injure, aggrieve, or annoy. You can smoke inside your vehicle as long as you're not on a public road, public space, or private space legally accessible to the public. A person can only transport 30 grams of cannabis at a time. While in a vehicle, the cannabis has to be in the original container with an unbroken seal or stored in such a way that it is inaccessible to the driver or a passenger. When consumed, cannabis can affect each person differently. The effects can differ each time it is consumed. As such, any amount of cannabis consumption could put you at a risk of driving impaired. It is recommended not to drive for at least 6 hours or longer after consuming cannabis. Age to buy or possess cannabis in Trinidad and Tobago is 19. Minors caught with cannabis can have it confiscated by police and may have other penalties imposed on them, similar to those applicable to having alcohol while underage. Adults providing cannabis to minors could face jail time. Depending on the seriousness of the offense, you could receive a ticket, be fined 100,000 Trinidad and Tobago dollars or more, or face up to 14 years in jail. This video was created in part fulfillment of the course EDID 6151 for the UE Open Campus by Sharon Ince-Christopher. I really do hope it keeps you out of jail.